Calaroga Shark Media.
16 comedians, one island, one survivor. This January on Daily Comedy News, Outbit, Outlaugh, Outlast. This is Comedy Survivor.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac, and welcome to the Comedy Survivor Selection Show. Here's how this is going to go. Today, I will give you the 16 names of the comedians we are putting on the Legally Distinct parody of famous TV show. Legally Distinct parody. It's a joke, guys. Relax. Okay, we're putting 16 comedians on an island every week in the Facebook group. You're going to go to the Facebook group. You're going to find the Comedy Survivor drawing that I'll have the AI make, and you're going to vote someone off the island, one person off the island every week. You're familiar with this concept, how this is going to work. Yes, we're going to do that. Now, remember, it's not about who wins. It's about the journey. It's about the jokes. It's about what we can set up. So we're going to have fun with this thing. That is the idea. Last week in the Facebook group, which is Daily Comedy News Podcast Group, I asked the listeners to nominate some folks, and nominate they did. We wound up with a group that is 6 women and 10 men. I had to go in a little bit and go, okay, here's all these nominations. Who should we do? And I didn't want it to be runaway white males, which it very, very, very easily could have been. So I tried to keep it at least somewhat diverse. Interestingly, nobody nominated Dave Chappelle, so he is not part of this. I only went with names thrown out in the group, and there were a couple of places where I had to, use my brain to do some tiebreakers, but here are your 16 comedy survivors. Are you ready? First up on the island, if you need a drink, Jim Gaffigan will be there to sell you some bourbon. He will be happy to do it. Next up, our second comedy survivor. She's hosting the Golden Globes, so she'll be in the news. That makes this more fun. That's kind of how I put my thumb on the scale here. I want people who are in the news that we can talk about. Nikki Glazer, welcome to the island. Our third comedy survivor, a nomination for Mary, who gets the bit. She has nominated Seth Meyers. No. Seth Meyers, are you crazy? Make 1230 great again. All right, Seth Meyers on the island joining Nikki Glazer and Jim Gaffigan. Next up, a man who's never afraid to take a gig, and if this thing were real, you know he'd want to work on it. Yes, it's Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. He announces a new project every day. Might as well announce this one. Kevin Hart, welcome to Comedy Survivor. Our next comedy survivor is someone who always likes being talked about, so talk about you we will. Amy Schumer, welcome to the Comedy Survivor Island. Next one up, couple nominations. Couldn't leave this guy off. One of the top in the game right now, John Mulaney. Welcome to Comedy Survivor. I like this nomination a lot. She's one of my favorites. Maybe not the biggest comedian out there, but nice in the mix. This could be a sleeper pick. This person could go all the way. Atsuko Atkanska. Nice pick there. Next up, again, you guys get it. Let's get some material out of this. Sebastian Maniscalco. Okay, sure. Our next comedy survivor could be another sleeper pick, Tig Notaro. Good solid pick there. A few people nominated this next person. Quite surprising. Late in his career, still pretty popular. And you'll probably find him over next to Jim Gaffigan drinking the bourbon. It's Ron White. Someone who, the more I look at her career, she might actually be underrated. Her specials are consistently great. She is Sarah Silverman. Welcome to Comedy Survivor. Another from the nomination pool. Bit of a wild card pick here. Wouldn't have expected this name, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's fun. So let's see how far Leslie Jones gets in Comedy Survivor. One more from the nomination group. Bert Kreischer makes it onto Comedy Survivor. It was kind of a toss-up between Bert and Bill Burr. But since Bert has the Netflix thing coming out, I figured he'd be in the news a little bit more. Bill Burr would have been a solid pick for this. And again, we are not picking best comedian in the world or anything like that. That's not what this is. This is just Comedy Survivor. We're throwing out 16 names. Let's see what happens. So that's the last one from the nomination committee. And then there were the initial picks that I threw out there because this is a bit. They are former host of the Golden Globes, Joe Coy. You remember he hosted the Golden Globes one time and told this horrible joke about Taylor Swift? You don't remember? Here, I'll play it for you.
As you know, we came on after a football doubleheader. The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift.
That's how that bit works. Also on the island, the worst person who ever lived. He'll probably be first off. This guy is so horrible, taking care of his ill wife and doing charity events and occasionally commenting on late night. How dare you, Jay Leno? Welcome to the island. And of course, no bit would be complete without having a great dramatic actor on the island. So we have 15 comedians and one great dramatic actor. Welcome to Comedy Survivor, Adam Sandler. Okay, how's this going to work? We'll wait until the holidays are gone. First week in January, I will post this every week on the Facebook group, which is Daily Comedy News Podcast Group. You guys will go in. You will vote someone off. Whoever gets the most votes, they're out of the competition. If we have a tie, I will just pick, and I will pick, I'll tell you right now, based on where I think the most humor can be. Do not take this too seriously. This is a bit, this is fun, this is just something for us to argue about in the Facebook group and have a little fun with the show. So here are your 16 comedy survivors. They are Jim Gaffigan, Nikki Glazer, Seth Meyers, Kevin Hart, Amy Schumer, John Mulaney, Atsuko Atkatsuka, Sebastian Maniscalco, Tig Notaro, Sarah Silverman, Leslie Jones, Ron White, Bert Kreischer, Jay Leno, Joe Coy, Adam Sandler. 16 comedians, 15 comedians, one dramatic actor, one island, one comedy survivor. There's a post in the Facebook group now, and you can start arguing about it, and I'll see you tomorrow.